Good evening. Tonight I have another fragment, and I'll say his one has a bit of length to it. So, let's hear it. The headline reads as follows: On being thrown to the wolves, and the body reads as follows: Daddy, do I have to work my way up? No. Then why do they say it? It matters not why they say it. Then what do they mean when they say it? It matters not what they mean. Then how will I find you, if ever I'm lost? My little one, you keep love in your heart, and I will follow the sound of truth. Daddy, what is love? And where is my heart? Where shall I look? And how shall I start? How will I know if that which I see is the love of which you now sing to me? What if I'm wrong and catch the wrong thing? How will I know which love song to sing? What if I'm eaten by a wolf in the night? What if forever I am lost, far from your sight? My little one, fear not my love, the truth of my light, for I am that wolf who stalks you in the night. And that's it. On being thrown to the wolves. Now, for a few words on this, let us begin where it begins. Daddy, do I have to work my way up? No, this is not a child's bedtime question. This is a soul's first whisper of rebellion against the structure of the world. The child, newly exposed to the myths of meritocracy, hears the phrase, "You have to work your way up," and something in her spirit resists. She comes to her father, the figure of wisdom, of safety, of something that, in her eyes, might still be God, and she asks him if it is true, and he says, no. This is not the no of defiance, nor is it the no of cynicism. It is the calm, anchoring no of deeper knowledge. This no does not rise in volume. It falls, like a stone into a well, because this father knows the lie. He knows that some systems are constructed to be ladders no one can climb. He knows that some hierarchies have no summit, only endless rungs and a shifting sky. Then why do they say it? It matters not why they say it. Then what do they mean when they say it? It matters not what they mean. Here, the child's reasoning still believes the world can be sorted. She assumes that if she asks hard enough, she can decode the logic behind the phrases. That truth lies within the motivations of the speaker, but the father's answers sever that notion. His double reply, "It matters not why, and it matters not what," brings the insight that some speech is not meant to be understood but discarded. Some phrases are built not to carry meaning, but to implant confusion. They are decoys. Their power is not in their definition, but in their repetition. To seek meaning in those who speak without awareness is like studying shadows for the shape of the sun. The father's teaching here is strategic. Do not waste your youth chasing the logic of the blind. Then how will I find you, if ever I'm lost? Now the question deepens. It moves from the abstract to the essential, from career to connection. This is the real question, and it is every person's question. If I become lost in this world, how will I find love again? How will I find the one who loves me? This is no longer a question about climbing. It is a question about returning. And the father answers, my little one, you keep love in your heart, and I will follow the sound of truth. This is not poetry. It is a tracking device. This is a metaphysical GPS. It says, if you carry love sincerely, if you seek truth genuinely, you will not be lost to me. This is a father who does not believe in surveillance. He does not need to microchip the child or follow her every step. He will hear her. He will know her, because truth, spoken from love, creates a signal that cuts through the dark. But the child, being wise, is not yet done. Daddy, what is love? And where is my heart? Where shall I look? And how shall I start? How I know, if that which I see is the love of which you now sing to me? What a flood of questions. Here the child, like a young philosopher, is not content to follow instructions. She wants epistemology. She wants a guide not only to feel love, but to identify it, to verify it. She asks for the coordinates to her own soul. What if I'm wrong and catch the wrong thing? How I know? Which love song to sing? These are the terrors of growing up, not just the fear of being unloved, but of mistaking something harmful for love. These lines echo the lament of many a grown child looking back on a toxic attachment. I thought it was love. I sang the wrong song. What I'm eaten? By a wolf in the night? What if forever I am lost, far from your sight? Here we reach the climax of the child's vulnerability. The wolf has entered. This is not a bedtime fable. This is the child naming the ancient fear. What if something devours me while you sleep? What if I disappear from your knowing? And then, the father's voice returns, but it changes. My little one, fear not my love, the truth of my light. For I am that wolf who stalks you in the night. There it is, the reversal, the shiver. The comfort is not that the wolf isn't real. The comfort is that the wolf is him. The father is the wolf, but not in disguise, not in betrayal. He is not a predator. He is a protector disguised as danger. He stalks her, not to consume her, but to ensure no one else does. This is the kind of protection that refuses domestication. The father here does not say, I'll be in the living room while you sleep. He says, I will be in the woods, teeth bared, watching the ones who watch you. He is the threat that protects her from threats. He is the mystery. This final move reconfigures the entire fragment. What began as a dialogue of innocence ends as a revelation of divinity. That love, true love, will take even the shape of fear, if that is what it must wear to keep us safe. Now let us pull back. The larger view. This fragment is not merely a poetic exchange between a child and a parent. It is a metaphysical document, a cipher, a blueprint. It speaks to the journey of the soul through a world of lies, confusion, predators, and half-truths. The child is not just a child. The child is you. You who have heard phrases like work your way up. You who have asked the ones you love, will you find me if I get lost? You who fear wolves in the night. You who suspect that sometimes the only love strong enough to save you must wear the mask of something terrifying. This is not a fable. It is a survival code. The acceptable rounding errors from the prior fragment, they are echoed here. For the father does not say, you will never get lost. He says, if you keep love in your heart, I will hear the truth of it. Which implies, if you do not, I may not. That is the risk. Love is not merely a warmth. It is a beacon, and it must be lit, and kept lit, and it must be true. Not because God is vain, but because the signal must cut through miles of darkness. False signals will not carry. And what of the wolf? The wolf is a final theological assertion. God or the divine or love itself will not always arrive as comfort. Sometimes it arrives as teeth, and you must learn to distinguish between the wolf who seeks to eat you and the one who seeks to eat your enemies. The wolf of love walks the borderlands. It does not tuck you in. It circles your campfire. The final teaching. What this fragment leaves us with is not certainty, but assurance. It does not say you will not be lost. It says, if you carry love, I will find you. It does not say, there is no wolf. It says, I am the wolf. It does not say, you will not be afraid. It says, even in your fear, I will be near. And so, my dear listener, if you have wandered far, and if the world has told you to climb a ladder that leads to nowhere, and if you fear the night, and if your love has been confused or forgotten or misshapen, then hear me now. Keep love in your heart. Speak only what is true. Do not chase the logic of liars. And know that if ever you are stalked by something terrible in the dark, it might be love itself watching you sleep, fangs bared, guarding, waiting for you to sing your song.